Hi Facebook, welcome back. Sophia Lortzigi here. I am so excited for tonight's segment because we're going to be sharing one of my all-time favorite treatments that we have here at MPS, and we're going to be working with Tanya tonight. We are going to be CoolSculpting the abdomen area. So for those of you who don't know what CoolSculpting is, we are freezing the fat off of the abdomen. Beautiful world that we can do this now, right? So I know a lot of you have been curious about this entire process, and we just thought the best way to show you was to show you live. So let me pass it over to Tanya. She's going to tell us what we're going to start doing, and let's freeze some fat.
Hi everybody, welcome back Facebook Livers. This is starting to become a regular thing for us, and I'm glad that you could join us again tonight. I wanted to film this kind of after hours because this is a really lengthy treatment and I didn't want you guys to get in trouble while you're at work watching Facebook Live. So I'm here with Virginia. She is a makeup artist.
Hi Virginia, welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
She's been doing my makeup for, what was it, like 7?
Like 7 years.
7 or 8 years, so it's been a long time. She did my makeup tonight, so this is featured especially for you right now, Facebook Live.
Well, don't you look gorgeous, Tanya?
Thank you, thank you. If you guys want to book her, she books up pretty quickly, so I'm going to kind of let her tell you how to get a hold of her, contact with her. She does weddings, events, you know, going out for clubbing one night, you know, birthdays, you name it. Do you do Halloween stuff?
I do Halloween, but it has to be very exciting for me.
Inspirational Halloween.
So you have to inspire me.
Perfect.
Not be like, you know, just a regular.
So where should we have our subscribers go to if they want to book?
The best way is through my website, which is virginialofay.com, and it's my name, Virginia, Virginia, L as in love, E, F as in Frank, A as in Apple, Y.com.
Perfect.
And you'll find all my contact, and it'll email me directly.
And we're going to go ahead and link that down in the comment section below. So if you guys are interested, feel free. So without further ado, I'm going to have her kind of explain to you the process of why we're doing CoolSculpting today for her. Basically, you lost some weight, right?
Yeah, I'm very petite. I'm about 4'11", so I recently, in the last few months, lost like about 17 pounds, which is a lot for someone my height. And I've been working out. I'm feeling everything in my body tighten except my lower abdomen. It's very stubborn. I have this little pouch that just does not go away, so I had mentioned it to her and she suggested this, so I'm very excited for my fat to be frozen.
Perfect.
Now.
I'm going to show you guys the area. I have already, we've already filled out paperwork. We've already taken her before photos. Whenever we have patients that come in for CoolSculpting, we take a really good set of before photos at all these different angles so that we can remember what you used to look like before you had CoolSculpting. I know you guys are going to have a ton of questions. I'm going to try to get through as much of them as possible, and then also try to remember the ones that patients of mine wanted me to put on the Facebook Live. But let me show you the area that we're going to be treating on her. So we've already marked it out. It's going to be the lower abdomen. And the way that I'm going to do this is a little bit creative. It's not really an on-label treatment for CoolSculpting. I'm going to be using the arm and leg applicator. It's an applicator that was really made for the extremities, like your arms and your legs. But I'm going to use it in a very creative manner for her because she does have a short frame of being 4'11", like she was mentioning. So she has a little bit of fat on the lower abdomen, and you can almost see where this fat kind of starts in this lower area where the bulge begins. And it does travel a little bit into her upper abdomen. So I kind of wanted to get as much coverage as possible. So the traditional way of CoolSculpting is to kind of treat them lower in the angle here, but I kind of wanted to cover that. So if you see when I grab how I can get a really good amount of fat versus like this, I can't really get all that coverage. So I want to try to do as little as possible and get the best result for it. So for people who are on a budget and think CoolSculpting can be crazy expensive, it's really good to have a conversation with whoever is going to be treating you, because there might be different ways to do it so that you don't have so much to do. For people who've had CoolSculpting with me and know me, I'm not into treating the entire body. I don't like to treat everything. I try to target specific
No, you don't.
areas.
She doesn't let you. I know from experience.
I let you guys, I thought I let you know. I cut you off. But no, so basically we're just going to treat her vertically. So we're going to do this. And this is going to be 1 hour of treatment with the CoolSculpting. We're going to let that go, and then we're going to do the other side. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I will get her hooked up on the machine first, let you guys see how that process works. And then once she's sitting here, we can talk and answer all those good questions, okay? So let me get some gloves on.
This is awesome.
So
I'm really excited.
We've been doing... So, you know, I'll jump right into the first really good question. A lot of people ask, does it actually work? And the answer is yes, it works. We have 4 machines. We have 4 machines. You don't buy 4 machines of something if it doesn't work. You know, you would just have one and then that would be that. But when you have offices out there that are purchasing multiple machines, you know, for different locations, that tends to let you know that this is a treatment that does work if it's done correctly. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later. So let me just start her off. I'm going to clean the belly, make sure there's nothing on there. Even though I've marked her, I want to make sure it's nice and clean. I just got a message. Oh.
We're getting lots of likes on this one today.
Good.
I have a feeling questions are going to start coming once we get this applicator on her.
So I have one of my machines on. I don't know if you guys can see, we've got 2 here. All right, this is a gel liner. It helps with the suction. I'm just going to lay this on. Ooh. This is nice and chilly. It's very cold.
It's cold.
It's cold, right?
But it feels good.
Now, this is not left in the refrigerator, so it's not intentionally made to feel cold. It's just because it's wet and it's slimy. So a lot of people find that this sometimes is the worst part. But, okay, I'm going to come around
Not
this way.
feeling much over there, Virginia.
Oh, it's feeling good, actually.
Let me sneak by your
Amazing.
eyes. And I'm going to put in...
So this is our CoolSculpt machine over here that Tanya's working on.
Alright, so
and setting all her
let me show you guys what
numbers.
This looks like. See this big wall back here? These are all the applicators that we have. So there's different shapes and different sizes depending on the body part and the area that you want to treat. We also have another one which is in our other office, which is called the Cool Mini. It's a little tiny applicator. It's meant for under the chin, but we can do some other creative body parts as well. So the way that this kind of looks is it's a flat applicator like this. Some of them have curves and some of them look a little different, but inside is a cooling plate, and I'm not sure if you guys can really see that.
I'll try to get in there.
Can you see that?
Kind of,
the magic happens. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on my suction. Okay, it's not really crazy intense suction. When I put this on her, her fat is going to suck inside the cup. I'm not extracting fat. I'm just simply holding her fat in between these 2 plates using suction. Okay?
Got it.
So there's no trauma, you know, to the area. Okay? So here we go.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Line up here. 1, 2, 3. And I like to press really hard.
Ooh.
Pinch, right? Nice.
It's
tight.
like a hard pinch.
It's like a tight little pinch. Okay, let's get this.
Does it hurt at all, Virginia?
It's not pain. Like if someone pinches you hard.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't really hurt. It's just weird. But it's not like unbearable or anything like that.
It's almost like
good to know.
octopus grabbed onto you, right?
Yes, like a, yeah. I mean, I've never had an octopus grab me, but
just imagine
what it might be.
Imagining it. Yeah.
It's funny. I have a 9-month-old, so I tend to describe a lot of these treatments now in baby terms.
Tends to happen with new mommies.
I'm gonna go ahead and just sort of let this. Now this is gonna pull on you a little bit. So if you can just support this for just a second, I'm gonna get some pillows. So
The best part about it is when Tanya gets you nice and comfy while this is just there and it's just sitting, freezing your fat, while you're just cozy watching TV. We even have Netflix set up for Virginia.
I can give you a foot massage too. That'll be a little extra, but foot massages are good. All right, good.
You see, now I already got used to it. Like at first, it was like,
so
okay, it's pinches. But
she's
now
been
I'm like,
on there for a good minute. It takes about 30 seconds to a good minute for you to get adjusted, and then you have a 10-minute period of still getting acclimated to the suction. You might actually start feeling some cold. Do you feel any cold?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
That tends to happen in about maybe 2 or 3 more minutes. Some people feel it right away. The experience is very similar for most patients, but there's little variations depending on how you respond to cold and pressure. So I'm going to put this under this arm. And then I'm actually going to maybe tuck one under here. So does that feel better if it's like that?
Yeah.
So these guys are really heavy and bulky. So sometimes just a little bit of a manipulation can be the biggest difference for the patient to have, you know, a comfortable experience. So that's my goal, is to really get you guys to where you can literally fall asleep. And a lot of you that have had treatments with me, you know that you can fall asleep. I've had to wake them up and go,
Some people
hello,
have.
we're done. So,
Good morning.
yeah.
Good evening.
Tanya, I actually have a question for you
But yes.
now while the applicator's on.
Okay.
If it's, say, Virginia's comfortable, but the applicator tends to move around, or is it going to affect her at all and affect the result if the applicator isn't like sitting exactly in place with those pillows the way that you have it?
No, it's really going to tug and pull and make her feel more comfortable, but as far as the placement, it's where I put it.
Got it.
You know, there's a lot of suction involved here, so it's not going to shift.
It's not going to move.
Or move. It just might tug on her. So I try to keep it as, you know, perfectly aligned as possible and prop it up with pillows. Now, she's just getting started with this freezing cycle. When she gets further into the cycle, that fat that's inside the cup right now is going to get really hard. So it's actually going to hold the applicator more in place. But right now it's not quite in that frozen state, so it kind of tends to be a little bit wobbly. You'll see whenever we're done with this treatment and then I remove all the pillows, it's going to stay stuck like this.
Got it.
It's not going to, you know, wiggle like you can see it wiggling right now. Sorry.
Virginia, you look extra comfy over there.
I am. Will I be able to see the fat?
Yes. Everyone's going to see that when we take the applicator off, you're going to see what was inside there.
Oh man, it's so cool, guys.
It's really cool.
I can't wait for everybody to see it. It's amazing.
So
this is one of the coolest treatments.
That's pretty much the initiation of the treatment, and the rest is, we've got 56 minutes to just hang out.
The rest is, there's our timer, 56 minutes.
Yep.
And
Netflix.
There's Netflix.
She wanted to watch Bloodline. She's in season 2.
She's catching up on her binge watching. I need to start Bloodline. I haven't gotten to that one. But Netflix always, Netflix makes the best shows.
I know, it's amazing.
So I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about 2 things. A lot of people ask, and going back to, does it really work? The answer is yes, but you have to be the right candidate. So like I was showing you guys on the wall back there, there are certain shapes and certain sizes. And like I said, I have a 9-month-old, so I describe things in a very simple way. If any of you have kids, you know that game where you put the circle in the circle, and the square goes in the square, and the star goes in the star. You can't force them to go in the other places. They have to fit where they're supposed to go. So if you have an area of fat that is either too fat, the fat is too thick, or there's not enough fat, there's a lot more of skin laxity, you're not going to get the best treatment. Another reason would be that the fat is too fibrous, meaning it's really tough, it's really hard, it's not soft and squishy enough to be able to be drawn into the applicator properly. Remember, you've got 2 applicator plates on each side, and if there's no contact with that plate, you're not going to get treatment, and it's not going to work. And you know, not knocking places out there, but there's a few places that we have experienced here in Miami that just sort of put the applicator on you and go, okay, let's see what happens. And you know, we don't do that here at Miami Plastic Surgery. The way that I like to treat is if I don't feel like you're going to get the best result, I tell you you're not a candidate. And we do turn away a lot of patients. Other patients are just better candidates for surgery, so that we're lucky that we have 4 amazing plastic surgeons here that I can go, you know what, hey, doc, I need you to come in here because this patient came in for a CoolSculpting consultation, but she's not a great candidate. I think she's better for a tummy tuck, or I think she's better off with liposuction. And that way you can be pointed in the right direction and get the results that you're ultimately going to be so satisfied with that it's the best treatment for you, and we're not going to force you to do something that we know is not going to come out well. We have 4 years now with these machines. We started with 1 and then 2, and then now we have 4. We do our treatments out of our Coral Gables office, and we do our treatments here out of the Maine Baptist office. You know, we have 2, so it does cut down sometimes on the amount of time that it takes for you to have treatments. So for example, if you want to treat your left flank and your right, we can do those both at the same time. I can't do both on her abdomen at the same time because I don't want those applicators to compete with one another. I want the best that I can get on one side, let it go, and then the best suction on the other side so she gets a really nice, full, even treatment. Okay? Do we have any other questions? I know you guys have some really good questions, so feel free to put them in the comments.
I think everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen at the end. Oh, we're back. Sorry, guys. We had slight technical difficulties, but now we're back again.
Yeah, so you know what? We're going to kind of pause it here, and we have exactly 53 minutes. So for all you moms and parents at home that are having dinner and you're putting your kids to bed and all that good stuff, you have an hour, come check back in. We're going to hop on probably about 5 or 10 minutes before I take her off the machine, and that's really where the fun is, so you guys can see what we treated. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to leave a little intermission right now.
We can see everything that's freezing off of Virginia.
Feel cold.
Yeah.
It is?
Good. So she's starting to feel that cold kick in. Yeah. So
Are you still comfortable, or is it an uncomfortable cold?
Right now.
Good.
Amazing.
That's ideal.
You look very cozy.
My foot massage. I want grapes being fed to me.
Oh, here, you know what? Then let me, only because it's Virginia, I'm going to give her a little head massage. So, all right, you guys.
There you go.
In about 45 minutes, okay?
All right, guys. See you soon.
Bye.